What's going on, everyone? Thanks for clicking on the video, and today we're going to be talking about a whole bunch of Switch stuff that has happened in the last couple days. I've been really busy making some reviews and a bunch of gameplay videos, getting stuff ready for ARMS in the last couple days. So most of you guys know that most of my videos are pretty much face cam only, so this is kind of a rarity for me to bust out just a microphone and some gameplay footage, but I'm trying to do what I can to keep up with the Switch craziness. So I wanted to give you guys some of my impressions on the whole thing and kind of give you a sort of like rundown of what happened over the last couple days if you haven't heard a lot of the news. But I'm sure, unless you live on the moon, that you've heard by now that Nintendo has officially detailed their online services. And we've learned the pricing, which has been sort of the question thrown around for a lot of people in the last couple months, ever since Nintendo officially announced that they were going to be launching an online price service. So there's three different pricing options. There's a 1-month membership for $3.99, a 3-month membership for $7.99, and a 12-month membership for $19.99. And that is ridiculously low compared to the other consoles currently offering online services like PlayStation and Xbox. I mean, those guys are $60 a year, but for that price, you're paying for a very fleshed out online network that has like fully featured party chat systems and messaging systems and group invite systems, which the Switch has none of currently at its given online iteration. But apparently some of that stuff is coming. Like, there is going to be a lobby system. They talked a little bit about that, but there's still so many questions that I have about that lobby system. Like, is it going to be like a party chat system? Are we going to be able to sort of invite our friends into a lobby and just float around different games and talk to each other while we play different games? Because that was one of my favorite, and is one of my favorite features of other consoles. Like, whenever I play on my Xbox, I usually just see who's online right away, and then I just jump into a party chat. If my friends are online, I'll just jump in with them with whatever game they're playing. And given the fact that the Switch doesn't have a vast library of online games at the moment, I think it would be really cool just to be able to talk with each other while we're playing these games. But along with that, they also announced the classic game selection, which apparently is a name that is subject to change. And I definitely think that they should change that name, especially if they're going to still come out with Virtual Console, which I guess a lot of people are kind of confused about, including myself, if this is supposed to be like the next iteration of Virtual Console, or is it supposed to live alongside Virtual Console? Because I've heard so many different things from different people. Like, I know Game Explain, for instance, they're saying, or at least from what I heard, they're talking about how this is supposed to live alongside Virtual Console, whereas somebody like CND, for instance, was basically freaking out thinking that this is Virtual Console, like this is the new Virtual Console, which to me makes a lot of sense. I mean, it could definitely be Virtual Console and Nintendo just announcing it in a weird way, like they tend to make some announcements. I mean, let's just kind of be honest with each other here. The way they announced the initial online service was pretty confusing and left us with a bunch of questions, which is why this is all so interesting right now. And of course, also moving on with that, I mean, those games are going to be amazing, because it says that we're going to be playing primarily from the NES collection. Some SNES games as well are maybe going to happen, which would be great. I would love to be able to play some of the SNES collection. But regardless, they said that they are going to make those games online multiplayer, which is going to be amazing. I mean, playing old NES like Super Mario Brothers online with your friends and family who are across the world, people you grew up playing those games with that have now since moved out of your living area and now live maybe somewhere really far away, and you couldn't play those games or you haven't played those games for a long time, you can now do that with the Switch. And that's incredible. I mean, that's something that Microsoft and Sony, even with their amazing game library that they do have, both of them, they don't have that nostalgia factor that we, or at least many of us in my age bracket, and I'm 27 years old, I grew up playing Nintendo games way before PlayStation and Xbox, and I'm a huge fan of all video games. I don't consider myself a Nintendo fanboy at all, even though I have a Switch channel. But still, guys, like, this is a really cool thing. This is Nintendo doing something different, at least for them. I know that it's 2018, or it's coming out in 2018, and we're finally seeing some sort of paid online service from Nintendo. But I grew up playing Nintendo games way before PlayStation and Xbox ever even existed. So I'm sure that a lot of you guys out there can relate with me. So I think it's just going to be overall really cool that they're offering this as their sort of featured experience with the whole online system. And they're also going to be throwing out discounts too, which is awesome. I mean, think about it. If you buy it for a year, it's $20. It's $19.99. And then on top of that, they're going to be throwing eShop discounts out. So you're going to see things that are like 20% off of a $40 game eventually coming out, and you might save your money or earn your money back within like 2 or 3 game purchases. I mean, we don't obviously know what the deals are going to be like, but we'd have to assume that they're going to have to be, I guess, pretty similar to how the other guys are doing it. So some more news that broke in the last couple days was the announcement of Hori's officially licensed Splatoon 2 Nintendo Switch chat headset that seemed to horrify the majority of us out there, and rightfully so, I think. I mean, I'm not really sure what Nintendo, I guess this isn't Nintendo. The Nintendo's not behind this. We have to all understand that. This is Hori's sort of plan for the chat system. This is their item. This isn't something that Nintendo developed. So for all we know, Nintendo could be coming out with a wireless system or a wireless headset, or I mean, other third parties could come out with better headsets, and we will see better headsets. This is just the officially licensed Splatoon chat headset. So one thing we can kind of depend on, though, is that they're going all in with the smartphone app. Like, that is going to be the way to communicate with each other. That is going to be the way to do things as far as the online features are concerned socially between each other, which I think is a huge, huge, massive misstep on Nintendo's behalf. That's one thing that I think we all just maybe don't understand right now, because maybe they have more plans in it. Maybe they're somehow going to connect the mobile games with the Switch universe, and that's going to be integrated with the online app. But irregardless, we're gonna see most of that stuff this summer with the light version, or like the free sort of version, beta version of the social app. So I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited to see how that's going to work, and maybe we'll be able to chat with that app. We'll be able to see how the lobby system will work, and maybe we'll even see the launch of the whole classic game collection this summer as well. Maybe they'll throw out a couple games just to see how that works, essentially. So all in all, I think that the news is generally good. I think that we all have a lot to look forward to as far as Nintendo is concerned, especially this summer with E3 and Splatoon 2. I mean, that's why they're getting the beta out in time during that summertime, because they want us talking, they want us communicating while we're playing Splatoon 2. I mean, they haven't confirmed that it'll be out around the same time, but I'm almost positive that we can expect that app to come out around that time. So that's going to do it for today's video, guys. I know it was pretty simple, but I have a huge test punch to get to and a lot of practice to get in, because I am live streaming tomorrow. So I really hope to see a lot of you guys there. I'm going to be live streaming ARMS at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to be starting 30 minutes early, playing some Mario Kart with subs, so hopefully you guys can get in there and play with me just before the whole test fire kicks off to warm things up. So I hope to see a lot of you guys there. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to like it and subscribe for more Switch videos just like this one. Thanks, and have a great day.